Star.
I love the stars. I don't love war though, but thankfully war is unthinkable at this stage.
Yeah, I wasn't thinking about I was thinking about not showing up because Karmic said that there will be a Star War, and that sounds dangerous.
That does sound dangerous. You are correct. God damn it.
Yeah, stars are hot.
Well,
I mean, I've shorted the Trade Federation.
The war.
I don't think they're going anywhere.
The war is not done with stars. It is done for stars. So this is actually a Mario RPG.
It's done adjacent to the stars as well.
Oh, that's true of all wars, though.
I get. So far as we know.
I guess
there could be
theoretically.
wars out in the deep dark, yeah.
Yeah, I guess theoretically you could have a war not adjacent to the stars. So this is the I've been very clever using my own concepts for the bounty target like section of the screen. So I'm a bit fucking. I think I'm funny, is the response I give. But yes.
Convincing number, juice.
However, everyone's rolled Destiny. Yes. That was my subtle way of plugging. Pop open the stream and mute the tab, so you can see what I'm working with.
I'm looking at our bounty target right now, actually.
I have to watch this Doritos ad for you first. I hope you're happy.
I am, yes, thank you. But yes, so... So actually, timeline-wise, this does take place almost immedately after the previous episode, which normally we acknowledge, like, there's some downtime where you guys can go and just do... Where you guys go and, like, find a guy who's jumped bail and beat him up and take him to the office that'll take him in. But this time, you have been setting course for the Outer Rim. Initially, you were planning on taking the Corellian Run hyperspace route. And as far as you know, you did. However, after a, I'm gonna say, terror-inducing series of crashing sounds coming from your engine, you have been dumped out at an unknown location. The ship has been knocked out to an unknown location on emergency power.
Okay, concerning.
Add this on chat.
Emphasis on what?
Actually, we're trying to put this on a soundboard, but I'm just linking it in the Tank a Star Wars story chat.
Ah, oh yes, of course. Excellent, yeah. Yes, actually, yeah, no, it is. Yeah. Yeah, that's that good sound. That's that good sound that it is.
The sound we all know and love. Cobb chimes in on the ship intercom. Fellas, anyone want to get a good look at the engine right now? Because we appear to have dropped out of hyperspace.
Yes, you have. I should say, things could have gone worse. You have successfully dropped out of hyperspace. You currently do not know where you are, Cobb, but you are successfully out of hyperspace.
I was currently in my room, just, like, panning over the papers to try and find someone in my contacts who would be willing to buy, the... What do you call it? Something iron?
The Beskar.
Yeah, the Beskar iron.
Yeah, you do still have the Beskar, that is true.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God.
It's in my room. I have it tucked in a blanket.
It's in a little cradle.
I'd been taking a little 108-hour nap in the engine room, so I wake up to see what's going on.
Alright, so you wake up to, the engine... So the engine appears to have some... So the engine... The parts of the engine you can see from the engine room. I'm assuming you were not, like, asleep inside an engine access panel. That seems...
I was between some pipes, but they were vibrating. They stopped, and I was lulled out of sleep.
Alright. Give me a 2 difficulty perception test. Because from where you're seeing, the engine looks like... The engine definitely... There's definitely some things broken with the hyperdrive. The reactor seems fine. But you definitely don't have any idea what could have caused you to be knocked out of hyperspace.
There you go.
Alright. So now that you're looking at things, now that you're taking a look-see at things, the engine's definitely overheating. So note down that you take 1 point of strain from that.
Okay.
Just because it's
It's hot. It's hot in here.
But it also...
Who left the engine on?
You can also tell that there appears to be some carbon scoring around the engine
I
itself.
see. I say there's carbon scoring on the mic.
Why is the carbon scoring things?
I don't hear that.
I have a comm link.
Oh, okay, you say that into the comm link? I ignore that. It's the message for Cobb, someone who knows the engine.
Cobb, at this point, comes rushing in with a fire extinguisher and just starts blasting it down.
Yeah, so the engine is not on fire, Cobb. As you hit the engine, it does appear that the emergency systems to basically knock out the fire by taking the oxygen out of the engine, those are working.
Better safe than sorry. I'm still gonna blast it with the fire extinguisher for a little while. We've got a couple of those.
Oh yeah, no, you are. I'm saying this. You are noticing this as you are making sure it is not on fire.
We have to pay for them if they expire, but if we use them, the union pays for them.
Exactly.
Is that the way something actually works? Because that's just...
Listen, use them or lose them. That's my motto.
Exactly.
That's fair. But yes, so the main damage appears to be to the hyperdrive itself, while the reactor looks fine, but overheated, and then initiated its automatic shutoff and vented its atmosphere.
How are we on fuel and life support and rations and whatnot? Is there any pressing, urgent concern to being stranded that we should triage? I'm thinking triage right now. What do we take care of first?
On the good side of things, you are coming directly from having the ship fully restocked. However, you do only have 1 month's worth of consumables on board the ship. Based on the quick diagnostic Jack can give you.
I'll be stuck out here for 1 stinking month.
Don't know how long it'll be, so let's just yeah.
I've also made my way down to the engine room.
The reactor looks like it should... The reactor should turn back on, and emergency power should handle the reactor cooling down. Something with the engine and the hyperdrive caused the reactor to overheat, which is why you're on emergency power. But emergency power should last you until the reactor is cool enough to run.
Okay, I've heard for the story of the murder mystery last time, but now that there's a weird engine problem, I look to the camera and I say, now this is detective work.
What are you looking at?
Looks more like
I ignore
mechanic
that.
work to me.
So yeah, Cobb whistles up his two dumb droids, little pitbot.
I'm
To
just
come up.
wandering into the frame with... wandering into the frame, looking where, some character's looking. I forget his name. Jack?
Jack?
Looking in the direction that Jack is looking, going like, what the fuck is he looking at?
So what were those droids?
Yeah, thing 1 and thing 2. I've decided to name them.
Yes.
Okay.
Thing 1 and Thing 2, I will grab the... you recall the pit droids from...
I had bought them, I believe, on Kashyyyk, or the planet we were right before Kashyyyk, right before we picked up that Trandoshan.
Did you get them before Kashyyyk? I thought you got them... Well, no, yeah, you definitely...
No, after. Sorry, yeah, the one right after.
Yeah, because you got them on the, the big...
We were fixing up after the... Yeah, because we got hit by the concussion missiles after picking up the Trandoshan, and then we landed, and I bought them on the Citadel station. That's where it was.
Yeah, you got them on the big old station.
Yeah. And I whistle them up, and, I start yelling at them, and, in Duries, and I tell them to get started on cooling down the reactor and seeing what they can do about the rebooty.
Yeah, I can help fix it because I'm reading the manual. But I don't actually know what's wrong with it. I guess.
Yeah, your diagnostic tells you that something that the engine, which the engine probably shouldn't be on with your hyperspace, but something from the engine and the hyperdrive caused the reactor to overheat.
Did we jump into hyperspeed with the parking brake on?
Oh, that's bad.
That would be something you'd have to go and check.
Yeah, so Cobb wants to do a little investigation here and see what has gone wrong with the ship. What might be the most useful place to start? I guess directly in the engine that shouldn't have been on? Would that be like a mechanics check?
Yeah, it's gonna be a mechanics check to root around in the engine. Gonna need a setback.
Mechanics and mechanics? Because I do not, but I have 5 die.
I have 2 yellows in mechanics.
Oh, that's fantastic.
I can open up the hatch. The engine's not on, right? It's like clearly on.
Yeah, the engine
Is there anything I could do to help as well? Because I have the 1 mechanics going.
You'll be granting an additional boost die to the check, casual.
Perfect. We've all got our heads together down here.
So it's also gonna be the engine itself has got actually no, the engine isn't overheated. The engine is definitely not overheated. The engine actually isn't hot at all, so that is me.
Okay. I opened the little compartment hatch and I just wander inside, take a look.
I was going to give a setback die because the engine was hot, but actually the engine is specifically not hot.
Even if you had a setback die, I think I wouldn't take it.
Because
Is that the black die?
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, I negate one.
Yeah. But it's always nice being able to say, actually, I negate that. So it's a mechanics check.
And yeah, so difficulties?
That's what I'm currently thinking about. It is going to be a 1 red, 2 purple difficulty. Towards that end, I'm going to be, to get that red, I'm going to be flipping a dark side token.
Was that your roll?
Yeah.
Damn. You have like...
I have 5 ints.
Yeah.
And mechanics is a check.
Yeah,
Okay.
and then...
It didn't pay off, so...
Yeah, and that's your skill plus Cobb's, and you know what? Since Casual's helping, Casual can use their once per encounter ability on this check.
Oh, I can use that to help you?
I mean, this is you're part of this check. I'd argue you're part of this check, and I also
Yeah,
think
absolutely.
it'd be cool. I think it'd be cool if you wanna use your power to reroll some dice that came up without successes.
Part of me wants to say that I can only reroll the boost, but now I'll reroll the proficiency dice in the blank green.
Oh. So...
Oof.
I mean that's enough to get a net success. So that's gonna turn 2 advantages into 1 advantage and 2 successes. So that's enough for.
We allow the Force to guide us in our like automobile repair check.
Well, this is actually second chance.
Presses his cheek against the engine
This
block.
is me being just a degenerate gambler.
Yeah, that's actually a gambler thing, not a Force thing.
I just pound the table when the dice don't turn up right.
But yes, so as you're poking around in the engine, and you notice. So the engine is not. The engine does not appear to have been turned on at any point during your hyperspace travel. The engine just appears to have with your success, you were able to see that the engine was the engine has been tampered with in some way. A line connecting the engine to the reactor has been shorted, I guess is the way to phrase it. Cause it's not really like an electrical short, but that is the metaphor that best fits.
I feel like I know too much about electrician work to understand what this actually means. Then,
that is 100% true.
So there has been tampering with the engine.
Yeah,
this is what
so
we've determined. This is not something
sabotaged.
Yeah, specifically, it has been sabotaged artificially to create a feedback loop with the to create a loop where instead of bouncing to the engine, going, oh, the engine doesn't need power, it kind of bounces in on itself, and that is what This is something that as far as we know, this is something that must have been done between Let's Jump and this most recent, the 2 last recent jumps, right? Like, this is something that would go wrong on any jump, or is this something that could sit and lay dormant for a while? So it is something that theoretically could sit and lay dormant, because it is still connected to the engine. So if the engine's on, it theoretically would still work, even with the engine would still work even with sort of this loop interposed into it. But also it is not just one jump out of the Krellian sector, and theoretically this should have hit while you were still in the Krellian sector proper, rather than out on the hyperlanes.
Okay, so yeah, this is something that would have happened at our last port call, most likely, right?
Well, you have not made any stops in between getting out of the hyperlane and here, because your next stop was going to be at a refueling platform that is operated by a Bounty on the Guild affiliate, because that's where you get the best rates.
I see.
Okay, so we're not necessarily low on fuel. It's just like we're passing through the area and gonna top off because the prices are right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, you might be low on fuel now.
Yeah, okay. I didn't specifically ask.
Oh, wait,
This
did
is
you?
why.
Oh no, I was sorry.
My rations,
I
fuel,
forgot.
and life
Your
support.
your rations and your life support are
Okay.
your rations and your life support are fine. You're because the reactor runs, and
That's like the least pressing concern, though. We've got to
Yeah.
get the engine up and running before we worry about fuels.
Yeah, your actual, like, your... Oh, no, fuck, that's the thing I forgot to say. Your hyperdrive fuel is the problem that might come up. Your actual, like, engine fuel is fine. The hyperdrive, though, needs its own separate fuel source to initiate, and that might be a bit of a bigger problem because the hyperdrive is more directly damaged. I should also note that the engine and the hyperdrive both look decently beat up. They both contain a decent bit of carbon scoring.
Who the fuck would have done this?
Yeah, it's not like we have any enemies.
Yeah, who could possibly want to punish me for anything I've ever done?
Guys,
can't
this
think of a
might have been
single
Palpatine Jr.
What the fuck?
Steve
Also-
Palpatine? No.
Who here is good at computers?
Cobb.
We
Yeah,
should-
I was going to think we should probably look at like security records if you have them, or like footage.
well, that at some point, but I think the most pressing thing to do would be to check local scanners, try and get an idea of where we are. Like maybe have to do like astrogation.
Yeah, I
to
was gonna
figure that
say,
out.
Yeah,
and find
astrogation
any
check
like
also.
local civilized planets that we could get help at.
So our sublights are functional then.
well, as I said, you've got emergency power, which is you've got less power than normal right now at this exact moment.
The red lights are on. Yeah.
However, like
I mean, whether or not we want to try and make sublights more functional is dependent on whether they could be useful. So we should determine that first.
Okay.
yeah. So the sort of the where I was going with that was, however, you don't really need your you do need your scanners in a bit in some ways, but also determining your location does use star charts, and I'd like to shouts out to the Duros.
Yeah, I've got my box full of maps. And Cobb will reach into the glove compartment, climb back up to the bridge, reach into the glove compartment, pull out just a whole bunch of those really old, like, paper pamphlet fold-out maps, and just start poring over those, the routes we were on, how long we were traveling. He's got a sextant and everything.
Yeah, so that is gonna be a astrogation check.
What's the command for the Triumph guy?
What is the command?
T or V?
It is exclamation mark. Or no, the Triumph die?
The one that looks like a laurel leaf crown. Crown of laurels.
That's advantage, not triumph.
Okay, advantage is V.
V, that's the one I was looking for.
Yeah.
Okay, and how many setback and difficulties apply?
Give me a second as I desperately attempt to find a very specific PDF that I once had. Trying to... so it's gonna be... I will continue to wish that I had found that PDF. So it's gonna be, 3 difficulty, 3 difficulty. You're gonna get a setback die from not having access to full powered scanning equipment, but you will get a boost die for having your own, like, all of your low-tech stuff that you just broke out.
Fantastic. And I'll let you know, my master astrogation skill allows me once per encounter to take 2 strain to reduce the cost, the difficulty of any astrogation check by 1.
Alright, so
I'll be removing 1 cost.
you'll be using you'll be removing one of the purple die, yes.
Yeah, and taking 2 strain.
Yes. Alright, yeah. So
with my Duros Traveler's Guide in hand.
yeah, so with your you were able to determine that you are technically within the, like, you are within the correct sort of hyperspace, like, give, because following any sort of traveling through hyperspace is more an art than a science, in many ways. Navigation through the hyperlanes is an incredibly complicated endeavor, and you gotta accept certain levels of uncertainty, even traveling within a major hyperlane like the Corellian Run, and you are still within your sort of expected value of the your expected value.
Okay, what about is there anything nearby, as Jana was also saying earlier? Like, are we within, I guess, 1 month's time travel of any notable settlement or spaceport?
Oh yes. No, I was holding off on saying that because I need to sort of look at the general area.
Take your time.
You are in fact within travel distance of a planet. It is just I gotta consider which planet.
Okay, yeah. While you're considering, I share this with the crew. I tell Jack that we will definitely need to get those sublight drives up and running, because we may have a stop to make if we can't get the hyperdrive fixed out here. We should still probably try and see, at least if we can't, try and find more clues as to who did this.
Listen, I'm a very busy person, and the sooner we're out of here, the better.
We've all got places to be. We all want to hit the next big score. We all want to cash in this Beskar. Definitely nobody on this crew doesn't want to sell the Beskar for a massive gold prize.
Mm-hmm.
No one on this crew doesn't want to sell the Beskar.
Not a single person.
Wait, did I miss somebody not wanting to sell the Beskar?
The lightsaber tempted Navarre.
Yeah, because the lightsaber doesn't want to sell the Beskar, but the lightsaber's on your crew.
Exactly. That's what Cobb is saying. Everyone on the crew is fully behind this resolution. There shall be no disharmony or.
I even have a signed pamphlet directly from the bear that says that he's okay with selling the Beskar.
I guess.
Wait.
Since when?
Listen, the copy work is. I mean, his handwriting is immaculate.
All right, so as it turns out, it's not the best situation you found yourself in. So I should be clear. When I say within the month's journey, that is using a bit of the your ship should have emergency backups, like an emergency backup that allows you to kind of very lightly tap yourself towards hyperspace. But yes, so there are some the closest world, which is also a large scale industrial planet. Is the planet Druckenwell.
Druckenwell. I honestly believe that doesn't ring a bell. Cobb would like to make a bit of a lore check, maybe, unless you want to just give me a buy on this.
I was going to say, Druckenwell will be a knowledge outer rim check.
Perfect.
To know some facts about Druckenwell.
Cobb scratching his big old noggin, trying to piece it together.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know if Jenna Varson has any actual skills towards this, but Jenna Varson will give you a boost die to knowing about Druckenwell.
Perfect. So that'll be 5 greens and the blue, then the purples and reds or something. Or blacks.
Your difficulty is going to be it's. Oh wait, no. This is when this is it's 3 difficulty. In about a decade, this world's gonna be bumping and more important than it is right now. But right now, it's
1 failure and 4 advantage.
all right. So things that Druckenwell brings to mind. Blast Tech is a factory on there.
Glass Tech or Blast Tech?
Blast Tech.
Okay.
Only there's only one T. It's BLAS and then
apostrophe.
capital T.
Yeah.
No, just capital T.
Capital T.
ECH. So it's Blast Tech, but Blast.
Very
Tech is
retro
one word.
brand. Yeah.
But yeah, so there's a Blast Tech manufacturing factory on there. Blast Tech is of course a one of the top 3 arms manufacturers in the galaxy. They've made a number of very highly rated weapons. It is also at the confluence of 2 trade routes, the Corellian Run and the Rena trade route.
Well, perfect. The crossroads, exactly what we need. Okay, I see no reason. They seem like a perfectly lovely people and a perfectly wonderful place to get our ship fixed up.
And then with the sort of me giving Jennifer's got a bad feeling about going there, but nothing. The specifics are not like. I do not have a specific reason for you, Jennifer.
Does she incite? I got a bad feeling about this.
That is up to.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Listen, nobody's traveled the Outer Rim like Cobb Pachinko. I'm sure if there was anything untoward about this place, I would have thought of it.
I'm sure if I had any bad experiences here, I'd remember them.
Listen, yeah, I know things. He's on the grapevine. These old whiskers know a thing or two about keeping out of danger.
But yes, so you have a goal now. You can get to Druckenwell, and they should be built up enough that they'll be able to help you fix your hyperdrive.
Excellent.
And this is of course.
How long is that going to take?
This is of course assuming you're going to need help fixing your hyperdrive in the first place. You have not actually taken a look.
Yeah, we're waiting on the engine to reboot, I guess, and doing some stuff in the meantime. But meanwhile, I guess we can cut back to Jack. How's it looking down there in the engine, buddy?
So we found marks of sabotage. I mean, I guess I have to like look around the little bits to see exactly what they sabotaged.
Yeah, but poking around the engine,
I'm going up in the innards of the engine.
Yeah, getting up into getting all up in the engine. You can get the. So.
Could I also like? So, what are the signs of sabotage again? Just the scorch marks or the carbon streaks or whatever? Are they like
Those
distinctive at all?
reassuring.
Can I say like, oh, this was like a Bothan tool or something?
Carbon scoring is typically a sign of blaster fire or some sort of, fire in general.
Okay. So, blaster technology?
Yeah.
Alright, well, that's pretty general. Yeah, well, I mean, I want to poke my head into the innards, and I want to see what exactly, if there's anything to fix.
So...
No, because if it's like the hyper drive shaft, we can't just fix that on the spot. We got to go in to like a shop.
Yeah, alright. So... You guys passed the group mechanics check that this is still part of. So yeah, so the main damage to the actual engine is whatever is wrong with the hyperdrive. Because the hyperdrive is there's definitely something wrong with the hyperdrive. Even if the power had gone out, you should not have dropped out of hyperspace.
Yeah, I've posted through hyperspace dead plenty of times. Usually you just land and pray you don't land inside a sun. Somewhere near where you're supposed to end up.
So, a thing that you note is that there are a number of... So there are, like... hundreds of tiny, now that you're up in the engine, there are hundreds of tiny divots. There are hundreds of, tiny divots, sort of, not evenly spaced, but,
Well, can I just conclude that someone threw a grenade in our fucking engine?
No. It's not like a grenade went off, and this is not shrapnel. It's like the tiny divots are very following patterns. They're not completely covered, but there's there'll be a pattern of 12 of them going in a spiral, and then you'll see some space where there's some minor carbon scoring to one of the a strut or something else.
Do the directions seem random, or are they all going to the vital components?
They are going towards vital. They're going towards vital components, and then they are going towards external exits.
Interesting. I have no idea what this is, and I'm not smart enough to know what this is. Does anyone want to identify these fucking weird marks?
Do I know anything about them?
I mean, you can come take a look.
Can you
have,
describe it to me again? I was only...
Well, they're weird little nick marks that spiral into vital components and the exits.
So it's patterns of little little nick marks that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I mean, I assume this is like a.
Does it look like someone was in here with a power tool, just nicking things?
It does not look like a tool mark. Though there are the carbon scoring looks more now that Jack's up in it, the carbon scoring looks like a sort of it's similar to one of the lightest and smallest blaster pistols.
Maybe those Blastech fellas over on Drakenfell. What was the name of that place again?
Why would they do that?
reckon well. Maybe those gun boys, those gun nerds. Well,
Oh,
So,
I thought you were accusing them.
Jenna has seen a
Casual.
blaster or two on her day.
Yep.
Actually, wait. Who has survival? Who has survival skill?
Oh, has some survival.
They have 1 point now.
So, Jenna Varson, when it's pointed out to you, when these marks pointed out to you, they look like tracks. They look like something like was making tracks in the metal of the engine. A survival test can give you sort of a survival test. Of this would allow you to identify the creature, whatever made the tracks. Like, give you a general kind of idea.
Yeah, what's the difficulty?
I think all these would be 4. All right. So the first thing you notice as you're going to like check it out. This is a very tight fit. So the first thing you're definitely sure of is whatever these things are, they are incredibly small. They are incredibly small, and it is difficult for you to get into the sort of the crevices that they traveled through. You're also certain. You identify. So your idea is that whatever it is has like 6 legs and is maybe smaller than your hand.
So, like, Verpine, maybe?
You're gonna have to explain what that is.
Do they? I don't remember if they have, like, insect-like arms.
I always think of Verpine as being bipedal and also not that small.
Humanoid sized, yeah.
I thought they were small. Okay, maybe I'm just
Or
misremembering.
maybe they're small like a gand or something. But they're definitely like people sized.
Their average height is 2 meters, so...
Okay, that's fucking huge.
Okay, well, we'll discount Verpine.
Okay.
The other sort of
kind of like
important...
mini robots?
Yeah, that is honestly, that was where I wanted to kind of lead you with my description, is some sort of 6-legged, like, hand-sized robot. Well, droid, I guess.
Yeah.
Who would use
almost
droids
like a
for
droid.
offensive purposes like this?
I mean, someone who had droids and wanted to cause offense.
That's crazy.
I love
The droids would never, like, have a rebellion or something.
I love saying that to Jenna Varson.
Interesting. Do you, do any of the tracks, like, just continue? Can I follow any of them into, like, a compartment that's not, like, tiny?
So they... As I said, the impression you get is that they are, like, about, like, the size of the palm of a human hand.
Sure, and but the tracks are crawling into like tiny little vents and like crevices and shit. And
Yeah,
they're just disappearing.
they basically climb. So specifically, they climb into vents that then lead to the externals of the ship.
Oh, what the fuck? We might have a real.
Yeah, wait.
Unless they
Like-
left, unless they jumped into space, like these things are just still around somewhere.
Yeah,
Do
that's
we want to try a
someone-
spacewalk, or can we, like, pulse the outside of the hull with an electric charge? Like,
I mean, we don't have to do a spacewalk. I can just send the dumb droids out to do a spacewalk for us.
okay,
I am
guess
already
I'll also-
going to go and check on the Beskar.
I'll look through the turret and see if I can see anything on the exterior of the hull from the ventral or dorsal turrets.
Uh,
Alright. Cobb would like to tie actual rope around the dumb bots and send them out on a little like a spacewalk.
Yeah, no, you can send the dumb droids on a spacewalk with some
Yeah.
synth rope tied around them. I guess I'll have to pull the dumb droids stat block too. You got 2 of them, you said?
Yeah, 2 of them.
Oh my god, they don't have any. They don't have any stats. They don't have any stats when they're alone.
Wait, how many of them do I need for them to have stats?
Well, no, 2 of them gives them stats.
Okay, thank God. Yeah, they need a friend. They get lonely and they
Yeah.
they pull in words.
Yeah, that's
They
the
withdraw entirely. Yeah.
yeah. No, the having 2 of them gives them stats, but they have an intellect of 0 technically.
That fits.
So do you have any way to see? Oh, hey, actually, yeah, no. For every also you want to buy 3 of them. Because for every 3 of them that you have, they give a boost die.
Okay, I'll have to buy them in 3s. I'll remember.
Yeah, just give that as a note. Just make the note for yourself. So you have any way to see what they're seeing?
I mean, we'll just give them a comm link and they'll tell me. I'm pretty sure comm speaks binary.
You can understand binary. You can definitely understand binary
Yeah.
from the droids. However, that is, you are going to be hearing an apocalyptic, like you're getting very like
Boys, it's fine. Calm down. Just tell me what you see out there. You're being hysterical. I'd slap you if you were in here.
Oh, did you catch what I was doing, by the way, Karmic?
You were checking on the Beskar?
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I chuckled when you said that, Kashov, because I do like that you acknowledge that the Beskar's the most valuable thing on the ship.
Priorities, yeah. Kazov's got their head on
Beskar
straight.
might be in danger. I must
It might
protect
be the
him.
most valuable per unit mass. I'm pretty sure, like, the turrets are more valuable.
Yeah, the turrets might be more valuable. The ship might be more valuable. All
But we
right.
have a lease.
Right, which means if we get destroyed,
You know what
we
a
have
fence
to
is.
pay for it.
You're trying to fence the Beskar you have specifically. All right, so here is
Pulling a fence out of it wouldn't make any sense. We're trying to sell it. Gosh,
oof,
common is such a clumsy language.
oof. So
Anyway.
what sound does this droid make? I don't know. I don't know because I haven't gotten to this episode yet. So I don't know if it's making the biddle-a-did or if it's making some other noise.
Candid. We'll post it in the Tank of Star Wars.
That is, you do get the R2D2 scream. That is true. That is the thing you get.
Okay.
Well, you specifically get the dumb droid version of the R2D2 scream. As the dumb droids are panicking.
Okay, so they've seen something and they're scared and they're my
yes,
boys and I'd like to protect them.
Yes. So.
I'd bring them in if they start like screaming the R2D2 scream.
Yes. So when reeling them in, this allows for Jenna in the turret. You were able to catch a glimpse before a I'm gonna say like a 4-foot high spider, like four-legged. Actually, there are 8 legs. This image, this top image does not do it justice. Does not do its number of legs justice. So I will use this image. Jenna Varson, you were able to catch a glimpse of before it skitters out of the line of sight from the turret, the turret well. This a 4-foot tall spider.
Oh my god, it's Obi-Wan Kenobi!
Obi-Wan Kenobi does not have the beard yet. He is not. He doesn't grow the beard for like another year and a half.
He's still got the rat tails, even. Yeah.
No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have the rat tails.
I thought he had them in Phantom Menace still.
Well, no, because the one of the rat tails is literally, he's got that because he's a Padawan. And
but he's a Padawan in the Phantom Menace.
Yes, but you gotta remember, the start for this game was Phantom Menace just ended.
Oh, right. Okay, I thought it was just... Okay, I keep getting that mixed up that it's just after, not just before.
Yeah.
Listen, Cobb hasn't been following the news lately.
Yeah,
It's been a couple
fair.
years.
That's fair. Cobb's gonna be told
Queen
as a
of
new
Naboo is
Chancellor
dead?
Cobb's gonna be told as a new Chancellor and go, wait, really?
Hey, what happened to Chancellor Valero? Yeah,
Alright,
man,
well,
that seemed like
I'm
it was
going
forever.
to report to the rest of the crew that we have the spider droid, which probably caused the sabotage on the exterior of the hull.
What?
Oh god, what do we
Get
do? What do we do? Do we shoot it? Shoot it!
Also, you were able to tell that the spider droid is, like, piercing the spider droid is kind of, like, putting, each of its claws sort of into the external hull of the ship and kind of latching on that way. So theoretically, if you had a way to electrify the hull, that probably would work.
What else would it do, though? Is my worry.
Yeah, I don't know if we should shoot ourselves with an ion missile.
Is the hull grounded? No.
You could turn it.
Do we even have
Well,
an ion missile? We don't have
We
ion
have
weapons.
hard vacuum suits. We could like send someone out there with a blaster.
I like the idea.
Thank you for volunteering, I suppose.
I love the idea of going out there and fighting it in a hard vac suit. That's so good.
Don't get hit.
I don't know how bulky are hard vac suits. Like Star Wars, presumably has the tech where they could make one that's like pretty lithe.
Well, you'll recall what vac suits were like 4,000 years ago.
Yeah.
And remember how Star Wars does
Technology never
technological
changes.
advancement. But no, actually, there is actually a stat block for vac suits.
I mean, alternatively, we could like find a nearby planet, get an atmosphere, and it'll probably burn up off the hull.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea. Then we wouldn't be able to get to take a good look at it, though. Or like
we turn off the shields for a bit, that thing is going to heat up faster than the hull will.
is that sort of droid typically autonomous, or because a lot of these droids they're controlled by like big command centers, right? They need to be like remote controlled. Or by
Question,
local
I turn on my
computing.
comm jammer.
Oh yeah, you just turn on your personal comm jammer.
It's a great idea, yeah. Hook that thing up to the reactor, get as much juice to the comm jamming as we can.
Actually, that's not.
Wait, I'll just use my personal hyperdrive. Get out of here.
Like any of you had your first life and just slamming into a wall, destroying the ship, but also liquefying your modes.
Paste.
The concept of a personal hyperdrive is pretty fantastic. Like, no ship, just me, thank you.
Alright, so let's see what we have to say about VAC. So obviously, you have sealed armor. Any combat armor. Oh my god, I didn't even fucking intend this. God damn it. So, you know what would be... You know what you have that would be... You'd be able to seal it... You'll be able to seal it from vacuum. And it would also...
No! No! I refuse! It's my baby! It's worth a lot of money!
Well, it's not worth any money if we can't get the ship to somewhere where you can sell it.
I'm so fucking mad that I...
It's also not worth any money if you get destroyed.
Oh, man.
Well,
If it
we'll have
knocks
to
you off
not
the
do
ship
that
and
then.
hurls you into space.
What, the Beskar?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wait, what do you mean it will get destroyed? It's Beskar.
No, it wouldn't get distracted, it would get lost in space. Which
Well,
is
we're-
functionally the
We're going to
same.
be tying a line to me if I'm going out.
Maybe.
Hey, we're going to be tying a line to the armor. If you're still in the armor, that's
So yeah, it does, so... I'm gonna say right now, looking at the actual... Alright, so here is what using an actual... Just using your regular vac suits on the ship would do. You would just suffer a setback die. 20 agility or perception-based tests.
I can get through a setback die.
Yeah.
It's not
It's not terrible. It is really funny though that I realized that the Beskar technically you can use to seal yourself.
Okay, so let's get a secured line around me, and then
I'm still
Put it up on
refusing
the
to
wall.
let go of the Beskar. No.
we're not using the Beskar, we're using a vac suit.
Okay.
I
Alright.
assume you do not have the same level of attachment to our vac suits.
Oh yeah, no, you can get rid of those. Those are like fucking disposable.
I mean, they're almost 1,000 credits, so I'm gonna tell you right now they're not disposable.
We can buy like 500 vac suits with this Beskar armor.
maybe not quite, but yeah, maybe like a couple dozen.
This is me going. I'm trying to remember how much, like, I'm trying to remember how much Beskar actually goes for.
Right, well, we're not selling it currently, so...
Yeah.
Probably hold on for a minute.
Just for the purposes, just for the purposes of this, this metaphor. However, so yeah, so there is an assassin droid. I'm just gonna lay it out there. This is an assassin droid, which I feel like is clear from the fact that the droid has attempted to kill you.
Yeah, well, let's see how much assassinating it does.
Well,
Who
who
would
would
get on
want
the
to assassinate us? The assassin.
Bounty hunters. There's a
How
difference.
could we possibly have a bounty? We're bounty hunters.
Yeah.
Don't be ridiculous.
None of us at present have a bounty hunter license.
I mean... I assume that a certain other member is present, just like sleeping through all this.
Yeah, Navarre's having a nap. I get on the turret on the off chance that you can like drive it towards the fucking gun.
Yeah, the droid has thus far, like, the droid in attacking the dumb droids, did open itself up to being visible from the turret. Theoretically, might be able to sort of push the droid into a position to be shot by the turret.
We still have that airspeeder, don't we?
You do still have the air speeder.
You
Yeah.
might know
Yeah,
the
Cobb, you need
distinct
air
lack,
to
however, of
use
air.
Listen,
You could drive it around the hangar, but you can't take it outside the hangar.
oh, really? I don't know. What if we just like because it's got weapons on it, right?
No,
I don't think
what?
so. I think
No.
it's the car.
I'm pretty
It's
sure
not
my
a front
weapons
bar
should
blast.
be capable
No,
of
okay.
taking out that droid. Based on
Okay.
its size.
Yeah, you should be fine.
Well, I guess.
You can do some donuts in the like. We can fight anything in the hangar, like the dad in RU7 with the airspeeder, but outside of the hangar, I don't think so.
All right. So my question becomes, Jenna Varson, you're at the airlock, ready to do this.
Yep.
Roll me a cool check.
What's the difficulty?
It's a cool. It's we're
Or just roll cool.
yeah we are doing
Okay.
That's pretty good. And you were able to get the jump on the assassin droid.
Nice.
So you get to take your first shot before the assassin droid's able to react. You're able to so the actually yeah no you're able to sort of pop up directly onto the top of the ship where the assassin droid is as well.
Okay. Then I'm going to do a maneuver to true aim, and then attempt to shoot it. So what's the difficulty?
It is going to be 1 red, and given the distances on board the ship, I'm gonna say 2. It's gonna be 1 purple, 1 red.
1 purple, 1 red, and then a setback die.
Wait,
for
are you
those
using
two.
Are you using Well, no. It's actually no. It's just 1 red. What am I saying? It's just 1 red because
Okay.
just 1 red, a setback die, and then we'll worry about when the droid gets all up in your grill, what your business is.
Right, so that is a hit. That will deal, let's see, 11 plus 3 plus 2 is 16 damage.
Any pierce?
Pierce 1.
All right.
And then I'm going to crit it twice, which means I crit at plus 40, I believe, or plus 30, because I have plus 20 from my skills, and then plus 10 for critting twice.
Yes. Oof. So you, actually bowled
Wait, that's in space.
Yeah, bowled over is actually a lot worse because, as has been established, the droid has been attached rather than, like, magnetized or just kind of there. So you slotting the droid, hitting the droid, has knocked the droid sort of into the air, quote unquote, which has had some. It's got some major problems for this droid.
If it's in the air, then does the turret have a sight on it?
How much are your crits, Jenna?
So they are inherently plus 20.
Well, I was more saying your crits cost 3.
Oh yeah, they cost 3.
All right.
So I spent all my advantages there.
You spent all your advantages. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna roll a... We'll roll a check. And if this check fails, you'll be able to get a shot. This is the flailing. This is the flailing check, or as it's known in the business, coordination. Unfortunately, the droid is able to extend its legs. Extend its legs in such a way where it is able to reattach to the top of the ship. Unfortunately, this does mean that it scrambles towards it attaches itself to the ship and scrambles into engaged range with Jenna Varson, and that is all it can do.
Alright, are there rules for shooting while in engaged range? I don't...
There are.
Do you remember what they are? Because I don't.
Yes. That was why I was actually saying earlier about the what weapon you firing with. You got a rifle, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so it is ranged heavy versus melee. So there's gonna be 4 difficulty.
Okay. Is there any red involved, or just
1 red.
So 1 red, 4 purples, or
1 red, 3 purple. 1 red, 3
1 red, 3.
purple.
Okay. So I will true aim and try and shoot it again.
Yep.
I should probably, add a roll in that.
Yeah. Roll is the roll is the necessary bit.
Alright, that is a hit, which would be 15 damage. Pierce 1.
Alright, so the, you are able to stick your rifle in, like, you fire your rifle directly into, like, the center of the droid's, like, glowing red eye. And upon doing so, you definitely, droid's dead. However,
We're on the ship clapping, by the way.
Yes. However, a dozen of these hand-sized six-legged versions of this droid pop out of the disc you just shot, and begin trying to scramble on top of you.
Can I make, like, a coordination check to avoid them? Or...
yeah, let's do it as opposed coordination.
Okay. Well, if they're making the roll, my coordination is 5 green.
Yeah. You are able to... so I'm gonna give you the option, since you're able to, since you're in the position to get out of the way. You can either retreat into the ship, or retreat away from the airlock.
I think I'm gonna try to retreat into the ship for now, so we can reconsider our strategy here.
Alright. So now you've got a swarm of, now you got a a swarm of about a dozen or so droids just kind of on top of the airlock.
But I'm inside the airlock.
Yes, you are inside the airlock.
Okay. Does anyone have a grenade?
I have a shaped charge.
So my thought process is we pull the pin, put it in the airlock, open the exterior airlock door. Preferably something that's not destructive enough to damage the ship heavily.
Yeah, the shaped charge would be too much then. Firing grenades would have been a good idea at some point.
Oh, I have grenades. Oh, is it too late?
No. So we're thinking about how to get rid of the swarm of droids that are on the other side of the airlock.
I actually do have grenades. That wasn't a joke.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's good news.
So our proposal was potentially stick a grenade in the airlock, on a longer timer, and then when it's almost ready to go, pop the door, the exterior door, and
Could we back the air speeder into the airlock and then, like, put the parking brakes on and then blast it?
No.
I mean, I guess we could.
Blast the afterburner.
Oh.
the issue is that the airlock is probably small enough that we wouldn't be able to have the interior door closed.
Yeah, the airlock is like person size. I refer to the map of the ship that I've put up. The airlock is
one
like
person comfortably crawls through it, right?
Yeah,
Do
well,
you
like,
have any
crawls
different
through.
types of grenades, Burden, or you just have, like, explosives?
One second, I have a few different types. Let me just look.
I can't believe nobody died to the fucking assassin droid.
Oh, the assassin
Not
droid
very
died.
good.
He was a noob.
Not very good assassin. I have frag and stun.
Well, stun won't do much, so I guess let's try it with a frag grenade.
Sure.
We have reservations about blowing up a frag grenade in our airlock.
That's
like-
so good.
I mean, the hole should be strong enough to not be substantially damaged by
Sure,
it.
the hall, yeah, but like,
The interior airlock door also pretty strong.
yeah, but like, what if it okay, so wait, is Jet outside the ship right now?
No, I came back in.
Oh, you're okay, because I was gonna say, like, it's possible that it could fail safe and firmly shut, and we're no longer able to get it open again, which would be a problem.
The droids are at the exterior door of the airlock. I am inside the interior door.
Yeah, and they're just like what, scratching at the door?
Yes.
Okay. My only regret is not buying more random equipment. So we have MacGuffins to squeeze our way out of this. But I guess, yeah, if a grenade's what we got, a grenade's what we got.
I was really liking that shape charge idea.
Alright, want to give it a shot here? Kazal?
That's your grenade.
Are you sure I'm the best person to do this?
Well, you have the grenade.
No, you give her the grenade, yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna give her the grenade.
Okay, I guess be prepared. We'll pull the pin, drop it in there, and then someone else shut the interior door and open the exterior door.
Alright, who has button pressing skill?
Cobb's in the bridge. Cobb is already hiding in the bridge. So
I'll press the button.
Yeah, I was gonna say that
I'll
sounds
press
like
the
Jack
airlock
work.
button.
Alright. We're gonna do this on 3. Ready? 1, 2, 3. I pull the pin, roll it into the room, and move back.
I hit the button.
Yeah. So the droids are gonna swarm into it. Give me a ranged light attack. I believe range light is what's used for thrown weapons.
Oh, really? I should throw more grenades.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
But the difficulty is going to be 1. You're also going to get a boost die. You're also going to get a boost die. It's very important. Oh, that's sad. So 3 successes, 1 advantage.
Why a boost die again?
Because it's literally grenading fish in a barrel. So it turns out the tiny palm-sized droids, if their command is gone, and by if their command is gone, their command was already gone because you have the comm jammer on. But with their command computer both gone and with their command computer both gone and also
defunct.
Yeah, also defunct.
Their local control taken out as well.
Yeah, their well, no, the local control was if they were released, if the little murder droids had been released, they would have defaulted to the only programming they have, which is identify nearest living being, go directly towards living being, attempt to stab living being to death.
Yeah, I didn't want them to do that, so maybe the grenade was a good idea.
Yeah. Yeah, no, the grenade was a great idea. I'm telling you this right now, the grenade was a great idea. How much damage is 3 successes, 1 advantage?
I don't know. What is the stats on those grenades, Gordon? Rest in peace, Ferdinand.
Rip.
What? Oh, sorry. I was watching the video that you posted.
The stats of the
What
grenade.
are the damage of the
damage.
grenades?
Oh, the damage? Oh, let me check. They are 8.
So I guess that would be 11 with the
Alright.
successes. Is there any pierce on those?
No pierce, blast 6. 4 advantages for a critical.
Yeah. So, I'm gonna say, in the positives, the grenade ripped shit through the swarm of killer probe droids. However, not all of them had gotten into the airlock when the grenade went off.
So there are
My
more.
advantage can I also say, because of how we did this, there also would have been a strong rush of air out of the airlock combined with, the blast wave of a grenade. So anything hanging on the edge would also get blown off.
Yeah, you know what? No, I like that. I like
And have to make a roll to stay on.
So specifically, this the stat block I'm using is called Probe Killer Swarm. So the swarm itself is the stat block. So if they fail this, it is they're gone. They're all just tumbling into space. And then the difficulty will be defined by I guess it'll be defined by the attack. And unfortunately, while they take, while some of the droids, there is still a core of droids now in your airlock.
Okay, I mean...
Oh my god, there were 30 of them, and now there are, 10 of them.
So are they all
No, I have some
inside the
good
airlock
news.
now between the interior and exterior doors?
They are inside the airlock. You did not. Did you close the? You didn't close the exterior
We did
door.
close the interior,
Yeah, the
not the
interior door is closed. The exterior door is still open, but they are sort of laser focused on skittering through the airlock door.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well, once
So
they're
for,
in, we can close the exterior door, re-atmosphere the airlock from the vents, and then open the exterior door again, and they'll get blown out.
that is a smart idea. That is
Um,
way smarter than my idea.
I will
What was your idea?
My idea is that I had 3 more frag grenades.
I will tell you right now that the fragmentation, the frag grenade part of the cycle was important because it did knock them loose, as they are still sort of hooked in to the actual ship, and just cycling the air through it is not going to generate enough force.
I mean, alternate option is everyone gets ready in a firing line, we pop open the inner door and open up on the interior.
I mean, I will say that grenade worked real well.
Yeah, I would include throwing another grenade in there as part of this.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the way this hallway is lined up, we pop the door, you throw a grenade from, like, around the corner into that room, the rest of us are down the hallway and open fire to cover you and stop them from getting forward to get you. And hit anything that gets forward of the grenade.
Oh, okay.
Any alternative plans? Thoughts?
Not really. What do you think? The rest of y'all.
I can't think of anything better, so sure, let's go for it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alright, so the three of us, I guess, set up a firing line where we're not interfering with each other's shots and won't have Verdant in our path of fire. Verdant sets up at the corner of the hallway there. And on a signal, we'll remote open the interior airlock door, Verdant will throw a grenade, and the rest of us will open fire.
Alright.
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 Alright. Get caught goes up the rack to get Jolene.
If you want to roll leadership or actually, yeah, you know what? You want to roll leadership to see if you can give a little bonus ski as you.
Is there anyone who has better leadership?
A little bit of a bone-eye.
I've just got 2 in presence and no skill.
I have terrible presence as well, so.
I think does Casual even have good presence? I don't think anyone has good presence in this party.
What present score do you think Kashov has?
For some reason, I think Kazhov got 2 at one point, because Kazhov had 1, maybe? No, that's impossible.
I have 2 because I'm a human, and I could not go any lower.
Yeah, I was gonna say, though, that's impossible, because they're human. I did remember that they're human. Despite the fact that they wear a Kuba's mask for some reason.
Don't ask questions.
I do think it's
Well, I
incredibly
have a
funny.
question, which is, does anyone have more than 2 green dice in leadership?
No.
Well, I mean, you're also
No.
this is your. I realize that this is not what you're trained to do, but you are the expert.
Alright,
You are the expert on small unit tactics, technically.
sure. What is the difficulty of this check?
Is anybody actively trying to? Is anybody not clear on what their part of the plan is, or actively resistant to their part of the plan?
No.
Point gun, shoot gun. Simple plan. Cobb's got it.
Jack?
Yeah, I'm down.
Alright, then yeah, then no difficulty.
Right. Then we are going to give this a shot.
Alright,
I was kind of hoping I'd make a triumph, but that's still fine.
yeah, I was also hoping you get a triumph. But yeah, so the plan is clear. Get this going.
All right. Initiate on my mark. Ready, set, mark.
Okay, I open the door.
And roll a grenade.
On ready, I prime the grenade. And, throw it to the airlock.
Alright, so that's a ranged light, against, 1 purple.
Second chances.
Alright. Are you gonna... Actually, wait. This is the same encounter.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
The second
well,
chance
I do have one last ability, which is the one that lets me, add 2 boost die to a check.
Yes.
Phew.
Alright. So that is 8.
Now that was my psychic power.
That was psychic powers. So that was 8 plus,
1.
yeah.
1.
So that's 8 plus 1. And then you have 5 advantages.
5
So that can
advantages, so that's a crit. Yeah.
And
I would,
pass a boost die down the line. or
what is
something?
what's the blast rating on your
6.
I would recommend activating blast instead.
Oh. Do you have to activate blast with crit?
Yes. So activating blast costs, I want to say 3. Costs 2 or 3. Oh, it actually no. It might literally be activating blast costs 2 on a hit, 3 on a miss. So so blast is an activated quality. It also weapons that have blast also just in general are like there are occasional notes that like, for example, this droid swarm halves the damage dealt to it before applying soak, unless the weapon has the blast or ion quality, regardless of whether the quality is activated.
Oh. So,
So if you
even if
activate
it isn't
blast,
activated.
what does that actually do? Does it just deal extra damage? equal to
Yes.
blast?
So the blast rating is how much extra damage blast does to everything in within engaged range with the target.
well, okay.
Which, with that, the grenade will take out all of them. But everyone does continue the plan and shoots down range as the smoke clears from the grenade. You don't need to roll, because there's no actual difficulty, because there's no enemies to
You
shoot.
scratched paint.
I scratch a lot of paint.
Yeah.
We don't actually know who killed the droids.
So, you've got the big droid. You've got that up top. You can go and potentially
Probably in
take into
somewhat
the
better condition.
airlock and look at. There are some of these droids were thrown towards you by the force of the explosion. So theoretically, you could take a poke around at any of those that landed in front of you.
Okay, well.
Yeah,
yes,
let's
well,
try and figure out who did this.
While everyone else works on recovering the debris inside, I will make a spacewalk to recover the external droid.
Yeah, you can get the. There's not any sort of hurry.
Probably
for
going
this
out the
now.
other airlock.
Yeah, going out the other airlock seems like a good idea. There are technically two other airlocks. There's the ramp airlock, and then there's the airlock on the other side of the ship. As I've had the deck plan open this entire session.
Mm-hmm. I would hope so.
Since this is since that's what this has been about. But yes, so the saboteur, the saboteur droid is dead. And its mini assassin saboteur droid assistants are also dead.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, we've successfully got ourselves back to just being stranded on a ship in the middle of nowhere.
Yes. So... Jennifer Arson, you're gonna get a... Actually, you know what? You're not going to. As I quickly look at what company actually is responsible for making this droid, you aren't gonna get any bonuses to identifying this.
I like how your initial like response is to just assume that she would get the bonus.
Just as yeah, well, to be fair, I did think that they were Trade Federation droids.
So would this be like a knowledge warfare?
Yes, actually, yeah, knowledge warfare actually 100% works here.
Alright, what's the difficulty?
The difficulty, is going to be... I'm gonna say, actually, the difficulty should be 4.
Damn.
Alright, so... There are a number of different, like, droids that, like, droid sort of... The problem with assassin droids is that... And this is clearly an assassin droid. Like, that's not a question. But the problem with assassin droids is that, even in your line of work, Jenna, they're not... Like, you don't typically work with them. And even beyond this, assassin droids tend to be sort of used independently of other options, and especially an assassin droid like this, just it doesn't. You don't know. You don't know who made this.
Doesn't seem like Trade Federation build, but I can't make much more than that. That was an in-character reference.
Yeah.
Maybe we can figure out more if we get these to like some of the parts to an expert or a vendor or something. So this should take us back to our previous situation where we were working on
To be fair, technically...
sublight flying toward civilization.
Yeah, technically, this is actually putting you in a better position than you were previously, because if those droids were still active, they could have continued to sabotage the ship as you traveled.
Well, yes, sir. It's a good thing we got rid of them, but it doesn't, in of itself, actually get us any closer to...
Yeah, it doesn't get you any closer to living.
Yeah.
However, it does mean that
It does get us further from dying.
Yeah, it does mean that Jack's repairs on the engine are not undermined in any way, and the engines will be able to be brought back online.
We're still short on hyperspace fuel, correct?
So the hyperdrive seems to have been the big piece de resistance. As the hyperdrive has a a hole punched through it about the size of a human fist.
Well, that'll buff out.
If you've ever seen the Queen's shuttle action figure thing from 1999, there's a very specific
Queen Elizabeth shuttle?
No. No. I mean, obviously, congratulations to all who celebrate. There is something that very specifically just sticks in my head from that toy, which is it had a reversible hyperdrive panel, and one of the damaged version of the hyperdrive panel was just had this giant hole burnt into it.
Sorry about that, I'm back.
Hello. So the droids have been successfully dealt with?
Excellent.
So we're back to the lost in space aspect of it.
Yeah, less excellent.
Yeah, but
However, the repairs on the engines worked.
So, is the current, did we get an estimate on whether or not we'd be able to work on the hyperdrive, or are we going to
Hyperdrive's
drop the
kind of
wall?
fucked, it seems.
yeah,
Yeah.
the
We
hyperdrive.
might need repairs that are beyond our capacity to do with hand tools in space.
Yeah, that is the
Oh.
impression that you get.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess we're back on the plan of driving to the planet name that begins with a D from earlier.
Druckenwell.
Dreckenwell.
All right. Well, do I need to chart us a course, or are we just going to start slow boating it over there?
Yes, charting a course will be relatively important as just kind of freestyling to get a course there seems dangerous given your current situation.
All right. So, how many difficulties and what's my challenge rating on this astrogation check to guide us through the darkness, get us out of the wood safe?
So it is a 3 difficulty astrogation check. Upgraded once.
Also, it'll take a lot more than some star charts to pull me out of the darkness.
And what do you mean upgraded once?
So one of the purples becomes a red.
Yeah, one of the purples becomes a red. So
Okay.
it is 3 dice total, 1 red, 2 purple.
I'm going to take another 2 strain to remove one of the purples,
Alright.
and let's give it a go.
Do you have any of the talents that let you...
That's
You want to finish that thought first, or irrelevant now?
Do you have any of the talents that lets you calculate things, lets you travel faster? How...
Yes, I do. Astrogation. Well, no, the way it's worded is astrogation
lets you-
checks take half the time.
Yeah, it lets you calculate it faster. So... Oh man, I know what that despair is. It's a good thing. It's a good thing you've been spending your time investigating stuff and didn't immediately get this thing as you tried to get back there. Because whew boy. All of your stuff is your systems are working aside from hyperdrive. And I've got some news.
I love news.
Well, there is a ship on its way.
Oh, something coming up on the sensors?
Yes, there's a ship coming up on your sensors.
Great news, guys. Looks like we might be getting
Wow.
this.
I don't
Faster
think
than
it's good
expected.
news considering that we were sabotaged by droids that were trying to kill us and our remote control.
What is the
Okay,
chance?
so
Don't be such a downer, Janet.
the remote control was the droid itself. Like,
Well, in any case, would have had the capability to send
Those
signals
command
to, say, someone piloting a ship to come and finish the job.
There are 100,000 billion ships in this system alone. What are the chances?
Look, all you need to do is identify the incoming ship.
Exactly. So let's head up to the bridge and pop a look on the scanners.
Okay, I'm gonna head up to the gun turrets.
Is that a computer's check then to get a good read on the ship?
Computers or perception.
I'll be doing computers. That's for sure.
Let me see. Let me do some. I know who's attacking you, which is helpful.
Wait, attacking?
Yeah, nobody said anything about attack.
Sorry, you're right. I know who's. I know. Yes, my mistake. I know who is approaching you. It's just a matter of what vehicle they would be using.
Slim, are you still around?
I was just watching the lawn news. Yeah, I mean, I'm here.
Mm.
There's no other turrets. Just gonna look
there
at
are
Cobb.
Let's say, aren't there
two
two?
turrets.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
There's
there's.
an upper and lower turret.
Oh,
Okay,
man.
I'll send the other turret.
Was that penalty? Was that penalty at least like deserved?
Or no, I think we have forward and aft guns, and then a turret, so you can man the aft guns.
Yeah, I think that's what it was. I mean, they're not in the aft, but whatever. It's fine. I'm gonna just sit here.
So, yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and commit to it being this. It might be. Yeah, as far as I can tell, this would be appropriate. So yeah, I would like a. Actually, you know what? It's not gonna be because the check's to identify, not see that it's coming. You see that this ship is coming. The knowledge outer rim or knowledge warfare. Those are your two checks.
So I'm not doing a computer's check then, because you never gave me a difficulty.
Yes, no, because I realized that the computer's check is.
I know.
You see, like you are identifying them on scanners. They are not.
Excellent.
They are not being quiet.
What's the difficulty of people who are trying to identify them?
Depends on which one you use, outer rim or warfare.
Okay, if I were to do a warfare check, what would the difficulty be?
3. Oof. Alright, so. Here's the thing. You are fairly certain. Like, you recognize this ship as being relevant to a somewhat major recent conflict. However, you were working for the Trade Federation at that point. You had a very stable gig at the time. So you did not give too much thought to any of that. You didn't give much thought to the specifics of that conflict. But but it was happening in the Mandalorian sector. That's what this ship reminds you of. This big brouhaha happening in the Mandalorian sector.
I swear to God, those Mandalorians, every other century, they get it up in their britches. They gotta show everybody how big and tough they are.
Does anyone else
Wah.
have knowledge outer rim to give it a shot?
Yeah, I'll give it a whirl. What, same difficulties?
It is going to be, it's gonna be, yeah, it's gonna be 3 difficulty for that, too.
Hey, finally. It's finally comes.
So the
Sobering
ship,
up.
so Cobb, you spot this ship, and, you recognize it more by its symbology, because it is a Mandalorian fighter flying the colors of one of the, we're gonna say the less pleasant half of the Mandalorian Civil War.
Wait, Cobb, did you put a stress signal?
Yeah, I thought about it, but we did not put out any intentional distressing.
I think we should man the guns.
Way ahead of you, buddy.
You should have probably, you shouldn't have just pointed out that it's a random ship that could have called someone, and then you should have pointed out that we never put out a distress signal for anyone to come help us.
Ketchup is running around the ship. Man the guns! Man the guns! Running up to the turrets, which are manned already. Man the guns!
But yes, so it is a ship painted in the colors of the Mandalorian Death Watch. Friendlier people with such a friendly name.
Yeah, they really live up to expectations, those fellas. Yeah, so upon seeing this, I'm just gonna start evasive maneuverings. I suppose I'm gonna try to see if we can actually pull away from them in sublight.
Nah, no, you've got full control of the engines now.
Oh, I forgot how ship combat works. A pamphlet, a cheat sheet I remember looking at earlier. Let me see if I can find that.
It should be. Was it? I didn't pin it.
No, I found it again. Yeah, I have it booked.
Yeah, well, I'm mad at myself for not having pinned the space combat cheat sheet, because I also need to look at it. It's not.
Yeah, so you said I broadly recognize the Mandalorian ship and colors. Do I know if this ship is its silhouette versus ours? Is it bigger or smaller than us?
You know what?
Fighter, it's probably smaller.
I actually have to. It's. I gotta go figure this out, actually. So this is the secret of using actual, just using actual genuine stat, like not looking for stat blocks and instead looking for that didn't help. Alright. Let's look at it. Alright, so it is. It's like 70 meters long. That's.
Oh, that's a big ship.
Yeah, they are big. They are big ships. I will say that right now. It is bigger than yours. So your ship is Silhouette 5. I will say it is also Silhouette 5 because I think Silhouette 6 is even. Yeah, the ship is also Silhouette 5. Oh god, Gazantes are Silhouette 5s. So yeah, it's Silhouette 5. Thank you, Rogue. But yeah, so you've got the Mandalorian ship approaching. It's bigger than your ship. Yeah, it's bigger than your ship. That's the.
Yeah, but effectively, yeah, I'm looking at the vehicle combat check difficulties. We're be effectively the same size because one larger, one smaller, and we're the same silhouette. It's all just too difficult.
It's the same silhouette, so it is effectively the same size as yours, but.
Well, yeah, practically speaking, it's also a little bigger, or literally speaking, it's a little bigger.
Oh wow. Ooh, there's. See, I know what I want. I know what I want the result of this space combat to be, but I don't know if you are on the same page as me. So we'll see.
My page right now is unknown combatant, big Mandalorian ship. We're already kind of stranded, so I'd just like to see if we can pull away from them and see if they keep up or run us down.
Well, I've got good news on your figuring out their intentions. They identify you as disabled vessel. Surrender or be boarded.
Identify yourselves. I respond. This is Kyle Pachinko of the Caine. Identify yourselves.
You are given a repetition of disabled vessel, stand down, or be bathed in your own blood.
The ship is rigged to blow if you try to board us. And as I say this, I immediately after I say this, I cut the mic and I look at Kajov and I tell them, go to my room and check the shape.
Get the shape charge. I was wondering if that was gonna be
okay.
I was wondering if that was gonna be a bluff.
A gulp.
Yeah. Any attempt to board this vessel will be met with immediate explosive retribution that will destroy the boarders as well as us. So kindly fuck off.
So
say this, we're still trying to make distance between our ships.
yeah.
I'm still trying to make distance.
As far as I can tell, you've got comparable speeds. So you're able to maintain some distance.
Also, I would like to start blaring the distress signal. Just ring the bell. You know what? If more pirates show up, it doesn't make our problems worse. If anything, it makes our pursuers' problems worse.
Also, apparently they're... Oh, no.
Also, in case it bears mentioning, I will have repeated the information across the crew via the comm links that they have threatened to board us. I'm making adequate preparations.
Um,
And
Be on the
assuming
guns
they're not-
preparing to
do we
line up
see
a
the
shot
borders?
if
Yeah, do
they
we see like little
move
boarding
into range
ships?
of us.
Not as of yet. Not as of yet. Not as of yet. There does not appear to be like boarding ships being released. So you do not get a response for a good solid few minutes. And you don't get a response until you have the shape charge in your hands. Destroying your own vessel is... Destroying your own vessel is quite the claim. Perhaps we could come to some sort of arrangement.
Then I would politely repeat my original question that this is Count Pachinko of the Caine. Identify yourself, ship.
This is the, God damn it, now I gotta go to a fucking... I do like that I was avoiding naming this guy just because I didn't feel like, I didn't feel like developing a character for them. I'm not using... I will tell you that I rolled the Drac, but I am not using the Drac. Just that was something very funny that I saw. This is...
Hello, Mr. the Drac.
No, first name the, second name Drac. Please call me the.
Hello, the.
Alright, so this is, they introduce themselves as, Zex Ball, Warrior of Mandalore, and you have something that belongs to them.
Is that so?
Yes.
And how do you usually reward people who find things which you seem to have lost?
The penalty for stealing the armor of a Mandalorian is typically death.
And the reward for returning it?
That is actually where that was sort of where we were going to where I was going to get to. I am in a bit of a crunch. What have you, you are in a ship dead in the water. Or at the very least, a ship not quite useful at the moment.
You know, we're going uphill at the moment. There can be no doubt about it.
So, my offer is simple. In exchange for returning my Beskar, I will, take my personal effects from this ship, leave it unattended, and if some pirate crew that fell into possession of some Beskar were to take it, well, there is a legal right of ownership and documentation that can be that can be drawn up and set aside that can be signed by parties that do not even need to see each other.
That does sound. So if I understand this correctly, aside real quick, he is offering to trade us his ship for the Beskar?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, that definitely sounds quite amenable. I'm piping this through. Everybody is on the call, basically, like covering the mouthpiece of the telephone, because everybody has like a 1990s style handset telephone in their room. It's Star Wars.
The rotary dial.
Exactly.
Yes.
He's picked up the headset and is covering the mouthpiece and is listening in on the call. And I mute the mic for a second. I say, "Well, guys, two birds, one stone, right? We're looking for a buyer for this anyway."
I look at the ship. It's all fucked up.
How much money are they gonna give us for it?
The ship. They're gonna give us the ship. The ship amount of money. The ship that's bigger than us and functional. And cool Mandalorian ship. It'll scare the shit out of our bounty subjects. They'll think the Mandalorians are after them.
I think they'd probably require.
This seems like a very
Listen, after we're on the site, they won't be
suspicious
reporting shit.
deal.
Listen. Also, real quick, I chime back in on the call. Okay, full disclosure. Did you send that assassin droid after us?
I will admit to nothing. However, I am going to say that a droid might have been deployed with the intentions of disabling a ship and preventing certain thieves from being able to escape with my Beskar once again.
No, yeah, nothing personal. I understand. It's all business. Yeah, okay. And I go back to talking to the crew. We're all good on this then? Jack, you're
This
good on
seems
this?
sauce.
I don't see a way out of this, so
You're good on this? Yeah, yeah, that's how I feel. I think this is the best way out. Sure, they might try to fuck us somehow, but if they don't try to fuck us, it's a fantastic deal. And even if they
know
do try
what a
to fuck
great
us,
time to ambush us would be when we're on their ship.
Cobb can just wear the fucking charge pack.
It's
like a
their
Stormtrooper.
ship. They could just trap it and fucking kill us for the moment that we walk on board.
yeah, but they're going to be leaving their ship, won't they?
Yes. So if you want to ask, he can lay out they can lay out their plan again.
That's how I understood it, that they would leave the ship and that we would take it. They would leave it derelict entirely, basically.
Yeah,
take all the stuff off of it.
They would take their personal effects, they would go, and they would end up on the Caine.
Well, they have shuttlecraft, right? The boarding craft. So basically, my understanding is they would take everything of value to them onto the boarding craft and come to us. We would push the Beskar out of the airlock and then leave ourselves to go to their ship while they're all off of it, and they would come onto our ship.
The moment they have the Beskar, they have no obligation to actually.
So we need to trade the Beskar.
Well, see, that's why
once we're home safe, yeah.
I'll say the plan that they would outline is you would leave the Beskar on board the ship. They would be aware because of we're not going to explain how they know at the moment. But
droid spy cameras in our bathrooms. Oh, I'm sorry, refreshers.
But you would take your personal effects, including your cat, and they would essentially, they would spacewalk onto your ship, stand and surrender, stand in front of your viewport so you can see them, and then you would get on board. You would go. Get on board the ship that they're offering you, leaving the Beskar, and they would get on board the Caine, and you would leave.
Okay, so I'm down, Jack's down, Kashov has reservations, but might be convinced. Jana, thoughts?
Can we also trade them the wreckage of the assassin droid for them deleting the bathroom footage of us?
I do not actually have bathroom footage of you, but sure.
Okay.
I'll agree to
Just
that.
to make sure.
I'll agree to that thing I don't have being deleted, alright?
It will no longer exist. Either way, even if it didn't already exist.
No, but more seriously, do we actually have the capability to pilot both ships? Does anyone else have the capability to pilot?
I mean, Cobbs has piloted many ships in the past. I'm sure he'll figure it out.
I know how
You
to
guys have
pilot
an
in
owner's
general.
manual in there somewhere, right?
I also want to eyeball this
For the raid.
deal, like, because I don't know, how much is that ship worth anyway?
Bigger than us. It's an intercept.
I'm gonna tell you right now.
No. What I'm saying is this deal is sus because that ship is worth way more than the Beskar.
I will tell you
Doubt it.
the ship is worth way more than the Beskar, but you are forgetting cultural considerations.
Yeah. He's a Mandalorian. They literally don't give a shit about gold.
We took his ball sack, essentially.
Yeah.
He needs it back.
After this trade, we could offer him 20 of those ships. He would not take the deal back. It doesn't matter how much more valuable it is than the Beskar. Like, that's not how he thinks about it. If it's the easiest way for him to regain his honor and save face, he will absolutely give us that ship in exchange for the Beskar and us not blowing ourselves to hell.
Yes,
I'm on board.
you're not blowing up the Beskar to hell.
Wow,
he
Mandalorians
doesn't
are
give a shit about
fucking
you.
stupid as fuck.
Yeah. Cobb. So during this pseudo hostage exchange scenario, Cobb will be wearing the shaped charge like duct tape to his chest. It will not be armed, but he won't be wearing it. He's got to leave an impression on these people. Remind them that he's even more psycho than they are. It's the only way they'll respect him. Because he's just like a scrawny little nerd.
Yeah.
I'll carry the detonator.
No, you will not.
But what if you chicken out? We need to make sure that you go through
No.
it.
No.
Martyr yourself.
This is an aesthetic choice.
Alright, let's go through with the trade then.
Yeah, I agree like Kashov. Any final words of protest before we go through this, whether you want to or not?
I'm still suspicious, but I think everyone else is outvoting me here.
Navarre, thoughts? Yeah, you also agree that this is a great idea?
Look, just
Wonderful.
please don't leave your cat in the ship. That's my request.
I believe I have this note that voices the same exact concerns that I have from the bear.
It's signed and dated.
Yeah.
So I just want to clarify to make sure I'm understanding this deal. We wouldn't be giving. Are we giving up the Caine?
Yes.
Well, so, the Caine is the Caine. Who knows what happens to the Caine? But you would be losing the Caine. Just because you don't have the means to move both ships, and the Caine is in the worst position.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, neither do they. Like, they want a ship to
No,
leave.
but they've got allies, and they probably they've got people in on the plan. They could call radio in. They were prepared for an eventuality more so.
Now
than
they've
we
got
were.
their armor back. Their weird abusive dad will take their phone calls again.
Exactly.
the thing I'm concerned about actually is
The lease.
we have a lease on the Caine.
It's in force majeure, acts of God. These kinds of things happen. It fell into a sun.
I can't. I'm so glad, Rogue, that you realized what I was doing.
My name's not on the list. That's all I know.
You know, the important thing is that the lease is in the name of your cat, so.
I feel like it would be kind of unfair to give away the ship without Navarre having any input on it, considering that.
No, he has
He is
input. He has the
responsible.
same exact concerns that I do. Haven't you read the note?
So out of character for a moment, if you do think that this is like, I would not mind leaving it as a cliffhanger here for the moment, so that we can catch Ito up next week and see what he has to say about this. Because I do think you're right.
Yeah.
It could be shitty to just like rob the ship out from under him, basically. In character, Cobb does not care at all. He wants to take the deal, but out of character, I don't mind waiting for next week
Yeah.
and setting up like a little cliffhanger if that's what we want to do.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I'm fully on board with if we want to wait a week so that Ito gets to decide whether or not we do something very funny with the lease.
I mean, this is also just like a pretty big, if you'll excuse the phrase, a
So-
big deal for our.
Yeah,
What
campaign-wise.
exactly would be the punishment for breaking the lease in this particular fashion?
We'd probably be
prison?
required to pay out the cost of the ship.
Yeah.
Yeah, debtor's prison.
Well, it's not like you've fallen behind. The thing is that you'd still be paying off the lease. It's just eventually, when the next year comes around, the ship disappeared. Like we can't find.
Like
the
I
ship
said,
anymore.
force majeure. Yeah, acts of God. Totally out of our
Yeah.
hands.
They could get us on illegal lease trading, because there's no
Yeah,
contract.
subletting.
But like, come on,
Violation.
what are they gonna do to us? You know, like, at best they'll make us pay off the ship again some more. Like,
Though
whatever.
of course you could always.
Also, we're gonna die. They're just gonna kill us.
You could always explicitly ask about securing the ship and then like towing it, I guess. Like theoretically, you could slap some fucking bungee cords and try and drag the ship with you.
I mean, I kind of assumed this Mandalorian ship has like a tractor beam.
Let me see. It does not have a tractor beam, but it does have
Okay.
like.
Guess we could just attach a cable,
Yeah.
or we could note the location of this ship, and then go to civilization and hire a like repair crew to come back with us.
Yeah, and you can also like you can talk to the Mandalorian and ask them to not take the ship with them. They'll probably be fine.
Yeah, maybe that's what we'll trade the debris of their assassin bots for, if they want that.
Actually, yeah, no, that would be a trade that they're willing to listen to. Yeah, no, if they can pull if they can basically take whatever's in the interior that you guys don't take with you. So like the droid the droid parts and anything else you might have like you might leave like some stuff in the fridge they'll take.
We don't have anyone in the hook room, right, at the moment?
You do not have anyone in the hook room now.
Okay. Will they take our hook? Do we have to take that with us?
If you leave the hooks in there, they will take the hooks.
Alright, we're gonna have to take the hooks with us.
But yeah, no, you should be. They are amenable to. Yeah, no, I will get the Beskar. I will leave the ship here. Won't even worry about it. Actually, you know what? I have a better idea than the interior contents of this. How about you tell me where you got the Beskar from? Where you got my Beskar from? That
I will
information
be.
is- That
We should be
information
happy to
is-
dish the information on those fuckers that stole our bounty.
Wait,
And
are
send a
you not the
Mandalorian
people
after
we
them.
stole the Beskar from?
We didn't technically steal it from them. We
Wait,
recovered
then
it
who
as
did
part-
we...
We
who were
recovered the
you?
Beskar as part of the. This is the Mandalorian who owns the Beskar.
Yeah, this is the Mandalorian who the Beskar was stolen from originally.
Oh, I thought the. Oh, I thought I bought it or
So
something.
we get to send him after the fuckers who stole our bounty, which I am a-okay with. I don't know about you.
They are probably going to be doing some horrific crimes to that Bothan.
I had missed that angle from it. I thought these guys were just associated with our former bounty the entire time.
You just thought this was the Bothan playing another angle?
I mean,
like it does fit, but this is like the Mandalorian, like the psychotic Mandalorians who murder people. Like this is the Mandalorian hardcore. This is like a Mandalorian hardcore who got their armor stolen and is now going to go, oh wait, shit, you could tell me where you got it from, and I could go whip some ass.
Okay, so given that we're not giving up the ship, I feel a lot more comfortable about going ahead with that deal without Navarre being present.
Yeah. Yeah, now you will have 2 ships when Navarre returns.
I still feel like we should wait for Navarre to come back. Oh wait, yeah, that's.
But yeah, no. The actual decision of like what you do with the other ship, and the other ship being either the Caine or this what the fuck's it called? Or this Commerk.
I do feel more comfortable handing over the ship knowing that they are not associated with the Bothan.
Well, we're not actually handing over the ship. We are handing over the Beskar and some of the interior
I believe they mean they're
details.
Yeah, they are.
Whether or not we have the ship afterwards, a pretty big detail.
Yeah.
Sorry, go on.
But yeah, no, that's the. So, also, I'm basically going to tell you that you're gonna want to repaint you're gonna want to repaint the Commerk.
Hey, Mandalorians, do you have any like cans of paint on your ship?
Do Mandalorians have cans of paint that paint metal?
You know, just incidentally.
What
it's
if
like
they need
they have a
to
wrench
repair
on their
damage
ship.
to their
It's a
paint
spaceship. You just need to have like random supplies on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what happens if the paint job gets
We don't want to
scratched?
go around pretending to be.
I'm saying there
Mandalorian
is
gun.
going to be paint.
Oh,
Like
see,
this, it's a spaceship. It's a ship.
Yes. Specifically, you do not want to go around pretending to be Death Watch. Because they take that shit
That would
personally.
both piss off
110 billion% paint job necessary.
That would both piss off the Death Watch and piss off anyone who doesn't like the Death Watch, which is rather large.
Which is
group of people.
everyone.
That's everybody.
So
But when I was talking earlier about how like it'd be cool to terrify our foes with like the appearance of a Mandalorian, just like generic Mandalorian, you know, not like clan Mandalorian.
yeah, we will agree to.
Yeah, this
repaint.
is like pretending you're connected versus pretending you're Carlo Gambino. Like, don't do it.
It really is, yeah. But yeah, so unless you plan on betraying this deal as it's going down, the Mandalorian will be waiting for pickup with their with their associates. I'd say friends, but it's both deeper and less deep than that.
Yeah, they're brothers and sisters.
Yeah. They're fellow murderers.
The fellow cult member.
Yeah.
Go on.
But yes, you have the ability to you can now go to kind of anywhere. You can head to Druckenwell. Druckenwell should have the facilities needed to send a tugboat out to grab your grab the Caine and take the Caine to really anywhere you want to go. Druckenwell itself, upon getting there, is Trade Federation world. It's a Big Ups Trade Federation. It's a Big Ups Trade Federation.
That's out.
So you're not gonna get the best deals on any of your stuff on Druckenwell, but you should be able to get like a tow truck to tow the Caine to a guild affiliated guild affiliated area.
We do also have that Lucrehulk coupon, which we should be able to barter for substantial value at a Trade Federation world.
Oh yeah,
because,
that is true. You got the Lucrehulk token, the Lucrehulk coupon. Which what was the full of it? It was
it's like 25% off a ship or something.
Oh yeah, it was 25% off a Lucrehulk. Which this is probably the best place to do that, especially if you're contacting a
And given that these guys buy Lucrehulks, that coupon is incredibly valuable to them. So.
Yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say, like, are you looking to buy a Lucrehulk? Okay,
No, I'm
selling
looking
the
to
coupon,
promote the coupon off to the people who buy Lucrehulks in exchange for goods or services.
Yeah, honestly,
money can be exchanged for goods or services.
That'd be a good sequence to barter that for some discount on this tow job. This tow.
Honestly, I would consider investing in, say, like 20% of a Lucrehulk. How much lucre do those Hulks bring in, anyways?
It depends on the route it goes, really.
Return on investment could be fantastic. So yeah, you get them a 25% off discount in exchange for 20% of the ownership stakes of the Lucrehulk. You got it. It's that passive income mindset, Jana. That's how you get by in this galaxy.
You're giving me the spiel about the good investments. I'm literally scratching my head like an ape. Like not.
Don't worry, buddy. You and me will go far. I can tell you're a smart man.
I don't know. My job is usually to, shoot people who have problems with the people making the smart investments. So.
Okay, so are we making the trade, or are we waiting for Ito next week?
Well, from my perspective, you are currently on Druckenwell, planning like you've arrived at Druckenwell. So... they have well, because remember they agreed to let you come pick up the ship afterwards.
Oh, alright, okay, yeah, we're not doing it out in deep space anymore, we're going to Druckenwell first. That makes sense.
Yeah, you're going to Druckenwell, and then from there you can get either a tow truck to tow the Caine to Druckenwell. You can get it to tow it to like a deep space platform that the Bounty Hunting Guild like owns or associates with, operates. You could also theoretically send the Caine directly back to Corellia, going, here's this ship back. But that is
I feel like figuring out what to do with the Caine should probably be
that decision is the actual like next week decision. Like that's the when Ito gets back. But I'm more giving you like options of where you want to have the where do we want next session to be? Do we want it to be in an out like a deep space platform? Do we want it to be on Druckenwell? Do we want it to be like on a different planet?
Our lives have been getting dangerous lately, and Druckenwald is a place where we might be able to make some unique deals to get some high-end sophisticated weaponry. So maybe sticking around here next week and looking for some contacts to buy some really nice guns, either for the ships or small arms or some extra utility grenades. We saw useful grenades came in this encounter, stocking up on some fancy, maybe even some restricted weapons and gadgets and gizmos.
And this is one of the better places to look for restricted items. You got the blast.
So
You got the blast
Yes,
facility.
I feel like we should be at Druckenwald next session.
Yeah.
yeah, looking for weapons contacts in Druckenwald sounds like a great plan to me.
You could also look into any of the bounties that the Trade Federation might have posted to the Bounty Hunters Guild.
Yeah, this would be the place to learn about what the Trade Federation is on its bullshit about. Would that bounty still be active? I don't think so. At least not yet. It wouldn't be reactivated yet.
What, one on like Amidala?
Yes.
Oh, we're gonna get killed by Zam Wessel trying to like move in on her turf.
Well, no, that's like 6-7 years from now. We don't gotta
Yeah,
worry
we're
about
gonna
that
get
yet.
killed by like 12-year-old Anakin Skywalker for trying to muscle in on what he thinks is his turf.
Other way around. She's the adult in the relationship. She should know. But
That's
I'm on the hashtag Team Annie. She's canceled. I love the HoloNet discourse. I haven't been following the news, but I've been following the HoloNet age discourse drama very religiously.
all right. Well, it does sound like we have. It sounds like we are. Sounds like we have winded down. We're on Druckenweld. We're on Druckenweld, and that is where we will be next time. Let's see.
I'm banging my fist on the table, screaming XP, XP, XP.
Well, I will say right now, next week is Kajov's massive crippling debts. That is our obligation for next week. So, I look forward to seeing how, the Trade Federation... Ooh, actually, fuck, I figured out what's gonna happen. I figured out what's gonna happen with that.
Fun times.
So yeah. 50 XP base, obviously. And then also take 10 XP because no, take 5 XP because you guys didn't decide on that on your own. I presented it to you and you accepted it. And then found a way to work it so that the actual decision won't happen until next time. So 20 XP total.
Hell yeah.
20 EXP. Okay, marking that down.
And that is this week.